On my kicker tonight, I am persuaded by the ongoing and even some preceding events that on aggregate, President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto have not only failed the test of the presidency, but may well go together down in history as the most ill-suited pair to ever occupy the highest office in the land. When we were growing up in the village, children of my generation were taught and conditioned to respect authority. And authority was always self-evident. In both its solemn role and stature, authority was clear for all to see. Some of the physical manifestations of authority included an important ceremonial gown called olkilapus, Maasai for a blue cloak, gown, or overcoat. Olkilapus was and remains to date the most sacred piece in the wardrobe of a chosen few, heavy with symbolism. It signified not just authority, but also the weight of responsibility resting on the shoulders of those who wear the blue gown. Later in life, I dug up a bit on the significance of the color blue and was surprised to establish the universality of the blue color as an ancient depiction of higher social ranking and greater social responsibility. I'm sure you've heard of blue blood and blue-eyed boy, and I've just told you about olkilapus, the Maasai blue robes. Coincidentally, blue happens to be the color of Kenya's current presidential standard. That flag flown at the State House and wherever else the President of the Republic is present. Instead of the ancient meaning of blue, ours is a tortured, short of tattered presidential standard. Tortured because President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto long lost or forgot its symbolism and that of the office it represents. The pair that came to office in 2013 with an air of brotherly love of identical twins is tonight a factional insurgency of shameful manifestations. But I reject wholesomely the strenuously peddled notion that one faction is right and the other is wrong. Like Siamese twins, Uhuru Kenyatta's and William Ruto's political alliance was conceived, delivered, and nurtured as a conjoined political creature. In its first term, most observers agree that this creature produced the most corrupt administration in Kenya's independence history. From NYS to Afya House, state corporations to Kimorer and Aror dams, the Siamese twins creature together showcased gluttony of proportions never seen before in Kenya. Other than their poor record in fighting corruption, the conjoined twins are not known for their good regard for the Constitution and for institutions. From their brazen disregard to court orders to their open contempt for institutions, Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto will find it extremely difficult to tell separate stories 8 years down the line. But when Kenya's presidential history is written, UhuRuto's greatest collective failure will ultimately be the failure of the presidency test. Article 131, 1E of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 states that the president is a symbol of national unity. But national unity sounds like a mockery of the events at the presidency tonight. Squabbles between President Uhuru Kenyatta and Deputy President William Ruto come close to an embarrassing replica of the long-running armed factional battles between South Sudan President Salva Kiir and his Vice President Riek Machar. Historians may also judge UhuRuto in comparisons to 3 previous presidencies: Jomo Kenyatta's, Daniel Arap Moi's, and Mwai Kibaki's. And I'm not sure of many positive reviews especially on the sheer seriousness or solemnity attached to the office of the president. Moving forward, holier than thou is not the best option for the warring factions at the presidency. For better or worse, this is your collective skunk. And for the country's sake, cease and desist is the way to go. That is my kicker.